Hey everybody, this is David Mars with Mars HVAC Services and Mars HVACR Design School. And today I'm working on this house, and I'm just going to go ahead and fix a few things here. That should be labeled kitchen, if I could spell kitchen correctly. There we go. All right, and that is the dining room. I got all the grills located where I want to keep them at. I'm going to just move that little guy right off there. But I do need to add some returns. This particular house is going to be a flex duct system, but I need to have returns in every major bedroom and also in the den as well. And then I'm going to put, let's see, we got the kitchen up front there. So I'm just going to put the main return kind of right over here. We could also go over and put it on the other side. But I'm also trying to think of cost effectiveness for this contractor. Putting a large drop on the other side, that's just going to add to costs. And it's going to really accomplish kind of the same thing. And it'll kind of pull the air back towards this way. So I kind of want to stick with putting that there. But I'm just going to go ahead and begin assigning grills and also dropping them into place. Now, for this particular contractor, these are going to be more of schematic. It doesn't have to be exactly located where they're going to be installed at. So I don't want you thinking that, oh man, you're not putting those exactly where they're supposed to be. No, for this particular one, it's going to be more for the ease of reading it for the installers. Now, there are some instances where I'm going to be exact and I'm going to make sure that they're going to be located in the exact locations of where they're going to be installed at. But we try and work with each contractor individually on what they're looking for and what their overall goal is. Is it for the installation? Is it to make it look good in front of the customer? But we like to make sure that it's done the way that they want it done. All right, just assigning those supplies to each return. And I'm just going to move this little guy back over this way. Now you'll notice something too. My grills are on the interior of the room blowing towards the exterior. And a lot of people are going to say, hey, that's wrong. No, no, no. Actually, everybody does this a little bit differently. If you go into the northeast area and some of the areas out west, you're going to move your grills to your exterior wall. That's traditionally the way it's done in those particular areas. This is going to be southeast, and this one in particular, Florida. And Florida, southeast area, well, some areas in the southeast like to have those grills in the interior blowing towards your heat source. And of course, with this being in Florida, where it's a heat source, not really a cooling source. We're not worried about as much of the cooling coming in as we are the heat coming in. All right, so I got all those located where I want them to. Let's go ahead and make sure that our duct preferences is set up the way we want to. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. I'm not worried about this floor register type material. Not worried about that whatsoever. Everything else is set up fine. Looks good. Standard English IP. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go ahead and start drawing this sucker up. The first thing I'm going to do is returns. That little pop-up is just because I have the capability of making a material list off of this. So it's making sure that all the materials, that it's choosing the correct materials for that. Even though on this particular project, I am not going to be printing up that material list, but it's just something that always pops up. Ask me little questions about it. All right, you'll notice that as I draw, I like to try and tidy up the area too. Oh, look at that. That little guy did not go where I wanted it to, so I'm just going to remove it off there. It's doing a little jump on me there. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and Get that last little one there. That's looking good now. I'm kind of just moving stuff around, get it out of the way, tidy it up, make it look good. All right. Now, when I do my design, and if you want to go further into the design aspect, I do offer training classes. You can go ahead and go on to www.manualj.biz. And then as you scroll down, you'll see an area for training. Click on it, and it'll take you right over to Mars Design School. Or you can also go to Mars HVACR Design School. That right there will also take you to the different classes that I offer. I have ResCheck and WriteSoft, the basics of WriteSoft classes. And I really get into really good basics of how to use WriteSoft. This particular instance, I like to make sure all of my ducts or all of my registers are going to junction boxes for this particular one. And I always like to set it up just in case they want to have zoning. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback from my clients on this when I design it like this. And also, when I worked for numerous other companies and our install crews would go out, whether I was the project manager on it or I was just the designer, I always heard really great things about the airflow. All right, that looks good. Now, I think I'm going to get the dining, kitchen, pantry, and utility all together. And then I'm going to get the great room, foyer, and maybe the bedroom 2 together, and then get those last 4 all together there. Now, I could be going over, and there's a spot right up here in drawing where I can go repeat last selection. And then that makes it where whatever I clicked on, it'll just keep repeating it over and over and over again. I don't have to keep clicking on it. For the sake of training, I don't do that because I want people to get used to what buttons they click on. I want people to get used to the reason why they're doing what they're doing. And then I also want people to build up muscle memory in it. If you take too many shortcuts, that can hurt you sometimes, and it can build some bad habits. And I am an anti-bad habit person, even though I know I have my own bad habits, but I try to get rid of as many as possible. And that little 7's hiding in there. All right, and let's see. Let's make another junction box right here. We're going to connect those together. Perfect. Oh, that one did not connect right, so I'm going to move the back button, and let's go ahead and get that last little guy in there. I think I need to modify my snap settings because at the moment it keeps snapping to the wrong area. Connect that in there, and now I'm going to bring this other one around. I'm going to connect it, but now I'm going to use some edit points and kind of keep it inside the building. And as you can see, this is going to create a lot of ductwork, but it's gonna be a really nice airflow to this house. It creates a really nice, even, distributed airflow. And right now I'm just going to tidy this up. I know there's a lot going on, but I'm just going to try and make it look as good as possible. Okay, we can read those. We can read those. Always important that they can be read when you print them. If people can't read them, people can't install them. All right, that looks good. And that is it. And then, like I said, this is a traditional Florida house with flex ductwork going to junction boxes. So of course, if you're up north, you're going to see a much different style of duct layout. You're going to see a metal, either with rectangular trunk line with branches coming off, or you're going to see a round and round metal. Every once in a while, you might see some oval going up through the walls from the basement area. But this one is actually super, super simple. And I thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great day.